So I just got done working at one of my all-time favorite coffee shops. One of the main reasons it's one of my favorites is because it's nestled out kind of in the middle of the woods. So there's a lot of nice little trails around and that sort of thing. So it's just a great place to work. But today I wanted to talk to you about the main differences between being a freelancer and an entrepreneur. Okay, so the first question we have to ask is, what is a freelancer? So a freelancer, at the end of the day, from a business perspective, is somebody who trades time for dollars. Now, the great thing about being a freelancer is that you are your own boss. You get to pick your own hours, you get to pick when you work, why you work, where you work, the people with whom you work, and the type of the work that you do with and for those people. You are 100% in control. Now, the good thing about being a freelancer is that, like I said, you are your own boss. The bad thing about being a freelancer is that you are your own boss. Of course, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is that, yes, you get to do the type of work that you want to do for the people for whom you want to do it. However, you have to find that work. What this means and why one of the big things so many freelancers struggle with, I know this because I have been a freelancer for ever since I started working independently. One of the biggest things we struggle with is finding new work. Most of us are very good at our trade. I'm a designer and a web developer, so I've always poured a lot of time and effort and energy into becoming better at doing those things. However, what's not immediately known and what a lot of people kind of treat as secondary when they're a freelancer is the business portion of it. Running your freelance operation as a business. What this means is that on a daily basis, you have to be constantly building either a platform or a following or a network or some stream or way to ensure that you keep having clients coming in, that you have more and more work, that you've got a queue of people who are waiting for you to do work for them, or at least an avenue to ensure that work keeps coming to you. This is why a lot of us build things like YouTube channels or do blogging or things like that. But there's always that fear. There's always that fear that maybe I'm not going to have enough clients to sustain this. And I have either talked to a number of freelancers or heard of freelancers who have had that very problem, where they've been going strong for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or even I've heard of one who went 10 years strong, but then eventually runs out of clients and ends up having to go and work for a company. And there's nothing wrong with working for a company. It's much more stable in that sense. But as a freelancer, what most of us are after is that freedom that you have of being able to choose, like I said, when you work, where you work, the people you work with, and the things on which you get to work. So in order to be a freelancer, those two things have to be in place. A, you have to be really good at your trade, and B, you have to have something in place that enables you to keep clients coming so that you can continue to do your work. Okay, so if being a freelancer is trading time for dollars, then being an entrepreneur is something different entirely. When you're an entrepreneur, it isn't that someone comes to you and pays you for it, hires you to build something for them. Being an entrepreneur is building something that somebody else can come and buy regardless of what you're doing. So a distinction that I have personally would be between Rightly Designed, that brand that I've created, and Notable Themes. Rightly Designed is a brand that I built when I first started doing my client-based work. That is that people could come to me and they could hire me to build a website or build a book jacket for them or some sort of design or development project for a specific person. That at the end of the day is freelancing. It's somebody coming to me or coming to you and asking for you to create something for them. Now, there is some lines that can be blurred. Maybe you run like a design agency, which that starts to get more into the entrepreneurial territory. But generally speaking, if you are being hired to create something or do something for someone else, that tends to be in the freelance category. The other brand that I've created is one called Notable Themes, which is where I sell software, WordPress themes, and plugins for independent professionals. That is some website that somebody can go to, purchase a theme or purchase a plugin from that website without me ever being involved in that process. It's a brand, it's a business that can grow or make sales independent of me and the time I place into it. That's the big difference between the two. So the next question that a lot of people begin to ask is, okay, so which one should I do? Should I do freelancing or should I become an entrepreneur? Should I build something that people will in turn buy and pay me for? And that really depends upon you. If you're a person who really likes working with clients and is way more interested in the craft that you do, and not so much in the business, then freelancing is probably a better option in most cases, because freelancing requires a lot less business sense or a lot less business work in terms of getting new clients as entrepreneurial venture does. If you go down the entrepreneurial venture route, if you're somebody who likes the business or is open to learning more of the business and marketing aspect of it, then an entrepreneurial venture may make more sense. At that point in time, however, one of the important things to keep in mind is that you're probably, I can't guarantee this, at least this has been the case for me, you're going to be focusing a lot more on the marketing and the business aspect of running some sort of venture than you are on your trade. For example, I create, themes and plugins that are for sale at Notable Themes, but I spend a lot less time on actually creating those things as I do actually marketing and building the business itself. So that's one of the things that you want to be aware of when you're determining which one you want to do. Now, fortunately, there is a third option, and this is the one that I personally prefer, and that is do both. If you really like working with clients and you like working with prospects and customers and creating things for people or working with people from a services-based perspective, then continue to do your freelancing, but consider creating something that is independent of your time on the side. You don't necessarily have to create software business like I have. You may already teach people things on a daily basis that you can use, that you can create into a course, some sort of product, a seminar, a workshop, or something else entirely that doesn't depend upon your time. Something that you can sell to an email list or to your YouTube channel or to your blog readers, that you promote and that you sell and make a more passive income. And who knows, maybe at some point you find out that that income or that way of doing business surpasses your freelance operation altogether, and you just shift over to trying something that's more of a completely entrepreneurial route. But again, if you are a freelancer who is worried about running out of clients or needs some supplemental income or just wants to create a more well-rounded means of income for the business that you're running, consider molding both. So I don't quite have time in this video, but in the future, in future videos and in some of the free courses I'm going to be coming out with, I'm going to teach you how you can take what you already know or the things that you're already doing for your customers and clients and turn those into products that you can then sell to those people who you've already done business with, or with a platform that you're building, or with a following that you already have or are currently building. Okay, so one last thing before you go today, and that is, like I mentioned in a previous video, something I'm going to be doing from time to time on this channel is I'm going to be giving away an Amazon gift card. So just a quick pro tip for you. If you're an email subscriber, I'm actually going to be, from now on, I'm going to be letting you know in the email that I'm giving away an Amazon gift card in today's videos. As an email subscriber, what I do is I send out emails letting you know when I come out with new videos. So you want to do two things. Number one, you want to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Number two, you want to make sure that you go over to rightly.tv/subscribe and become an email subscriber there as well. It's free. You get even more useful tools and resources over there. And like I said, you get notified when I'm giving away something for free. So if you would like to get this Amazon gift card, I'm only giving away one. And the way that this works is that the first person to go to the URL I'm about to mention, that person, the first person who goes to the URL and claims or redeems the Amazon gift card, gets the gift card. If you get to that URL and it says that this card has already been redeemed, unfortunately, somebody's already beat you to it. But like I said, make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be giving away more of these in the future. So today's Amazon gift card URL is just rightly.tv/work. Again, that's rightly.tv/work, I had to think about how to spell work there for a second. So if you found this video useful, hit that like button as always, subscribe if you're not already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.